Good evening. The Dolores County Broadcasting Network presents the DCTV 4-H Evening News Program for Monday, March 5th, 2018, with camera person Devin, video engineer and producer Edward, sound engineer Edward, teleprompter and prompter Myra, news anchor Nicholas, meteorologist Daniel, and this is the news director, the coach of the Texas A&M Aggies. And now the news.
Help keep our kids' news show on there by becoming a sponsor. To buy a sponsorship, just call 970-677-4119. The story is from the Cortez Journal. Depression can bring about a season of sadness. Depression in young people is more common than many people might think, with 1 in 4 adolescents facing episodes sometimes in their teen years. It's kind of a sneaky disorder, said Sarah Shedd, a Durango-based counselor who works with children and teens. She is a mental health specialist for the Early Childhood Council of La Plata County. Signs of adolescent depression include low self-esteem, obsession, weight gain or loss, sleep problems, including sleeping more and not being able to fall asleep, plummeting grades, and a loss of interest in hobbies or activities. Teens who are depressed also can be defiant and act out against boundaries, structures, and rules. Which sounds like a lot of teens should admit. The behavior turns into depression or another mental disorder when it lasts for weeks or months, when it stops being a temporary behavior and becomes a teen's standard attitude. There are some aspects of depression that aren't so well depressing. For most people, it's a temporary disorder, Shedd said. She has turned depression as a season of life for many people, and it can occur once and then abate, though it comes and goes for many people. Exasperating depression depression for many of today's young people are social media, a lot of homework, and more pressure to excel in sports and music. Kids are so stressed out, she said. It's not surprising that some of them can't always handle the pressure. To deal with the stress, some kids turn into drinking and drugs, while others exercise for hours a day, obsess about their weight and fitness. Some will start to binge reading, where they get almost lost in world books and are turned to social media. Many times depression is accompanied by post-traumatic stress disorder. If medication helps them, great. But if it doesn't, talk to someone who suffers from it too, or a healthcare professional. It's good to know that we aren't alone. Following stories from the Journal. All events are free and open to the public, according to a news release from Rick Bell. Founders Day activities begin on Friday, April 6th at Bluff Fort. Descendants of the 16 pioneer families will make Bluff Fort their home base for a reunion and will give out ribbons coated bicolor to represent rainbow diversity among the Mormon families, according to the news release. A mural created by the students at Whitehorse High School in Awara will be dedicated, followed by a taste of the Dutch oven cooking afternoon. Other demonstrations include blacksmithing and rug weaving. Storytellers led by local historian Robert S. McPherson will talk about archaeology, the pioneers, and the frontier lore. And Bluff Fort will host square dancing on Friday night, and its Saturday kickoff at a parade at 10 a.m. that's expected to include costumed marchers, family and tribal floats, Native American princesses, horses, and musical groups. It will be followed by a Ute bear dance, including dance lessons at Twin Rocks training post at noon. The Blue Mountain Navajo Unity Program will provide entertainment and education at the Bluff Community Center. Throughout Saturday, volunteers will conduct free house-drawn hayride tours of a historic bluff, and docents around town will be give brief descriptions of landmarks along the way. A student art show and sale of work from San Juan County School District will be held at the fort, and tours of nearby St. Christopher's Mission will be offered. In the afternoon, many activities will shift to the Twin Rocks, where Navajo artists will conduct demonstrations of basket weaving and the trading post. The Fry Bread Festival will feature an outdoor fry bread bar serving Navajo tacos or desserts. Also offered will be delicious bear's ears, ice cream sandwiches, and other treats. Fry bread speeding contest will lead up to fry bread flowing as contestants try to top the inaugural record of 60 feet 4 inches. Think of it as a frisbee toss. Expect to see vendors booths around town and get breakfast Saturday morning from 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. at the Fort. Twin Rocks Cafe will be available for meals all weekend. On Saturday evening, a free film will be shown at the Bluff Community Center. The founders say weekend ends that Sunday. An interdenominational worship service at St. Christopher's Mission with local religious leaders sharing their faith. The historic mission at 2 miles from Twin Rocks. For more information, call Bluff 4 at 435-672-9995. Lecture will share latest discoveries. The mystery of Chaco Canyon Chaco Canyon continues to spark lively debates about the civilization's purpose and belief system. Your researchers can agree on one thing. The ancient ruins at risk of deconstruction need to be documented before they are forever lost. Undeniably, this race against time, said Robert Winner, a research associate with the Hoffenreffer Museum of Anthropology at Brown University. This is a wonderful opportunity for us to show that we understand of that through our research, but also our recordings, Sophia said. The Chaco Culture National Historic Park in northwest New Mexico is regarded as a cultural center of ancestral Puebloan people who inhabited the region from about 900 to 1150 AD. Comprised of about 30,000 acres, the historic park has about almost the most dense and concentrated collection of ruins in the American Southwest. Are protected under the U.S. National Park Service. Winter will talk about in the lecture Friday about Chaco Canyon, along with Richard Friedman, who has studied the Chaco Culture National Historic Park in northwestern New Mexico, regards as the cultural center of ancestral Puebloan people who inhabited the region from. It's repeating. About 900 to 1150 AD, comprised about 30,000 acres, the historic park has the most dense and concentrated collection of ruins in the American Southwest and are protected under the U.S. National Park Service. Now here are dumb laws in New Mexico. Idiots may not vote, and Carzozo is forbidden for a female to appear unshaven in public. In learning, persons may not spit on the steps of the Opera House. Hunting is prohibited in Haunting is prohibited in Mountain View Cemetery. In Los Cerces, you may not carry a lunchbox down Main Street. And now the weather with Daniel.
The current temperature is 40 degrees. The high for today was 44 degrees and the low was 13 degrees. The barometer is at 30.33 inches and is falling. The humidity is at 17%. The wind has been between 1 and 8 miles per hour from the east. The gusts have been up to 21 miles per hour from the west. There's been 0 of an inch is a moisture measured today by the DCT weather station. Moisture for the month is 77 of an inch. Moisture for the year is 1 and 46 hundredths of an inch. And that for the big map. Most of the Pacific Northwest, west, and part of the center of the country is clear. There is rain slightly inland from the Washington coast. Snow is falling in patches from North Washington into Wyoming. Snow is falling from the Dakotas into Michigan. Rain and thunderstorms can be found from Nebraska into Ohio. Rain is falling from Michigan into West Virginia. Now here's your exclusive DCTV 5-day forecast. Tuesday, mostly sunny, high 44, low 21. Wednesday, partly sunny, high 51, low 26. Thursday, partly sunny, high 57, low 32. Friday, mostly cloudy, high 57, low 30. Saturday, mostly cloudy, high 50, low 25. Now for our climate change CO2 report. Carbon dioxide is one of the principal causes of climate change, and it is important that we report the CO2 weekly change. CO2 traps heat in the atmosphere, which causes climate instability, resulting in significant swings worldwide of moisture and hot and cold temperatures. But it's important to note that the overall long-term climate trend is that the planet is warming. The following are the CO2 numbers in parts per million. For the week of March 3rd, last week, 408.92. Week before last, 408.48. 1 year ago, 407.35. 10 years ago, 385.29. 50 years ago, 323.89. Thank you, Dr. Peter Tanz of the National Oceanographic and Atmospheric Administration and Michael McGee of the CO2 Earth website for this information. Remember, you can help keep our kids' news show on the air by buying a sponsorship. To buy a sponsorship, just call 970-677-4119. Thank you, and back to our news director.
That's the end of today's DCTV 4-H evening news program. This is the news director, the coach of the Texas A&M Aggies, who, according to a very good friend of mine, is going to win the national championship this year. So we will see. All right, folks, that's all.